This is the video lecture for Chapter 1 for SS300. In this chapter, we're going to be discussing the basics of statistics, what it is, and how we can organize information to help us understand our data. Why learn statistics? Well, most of you are probably taking this class because it's required for your major. Well, why do you think that psychology, sociology, criminal justice majors are required to learn statistics? Well, there are several reasons. One, to help you understand the articles in your field. As you read research in these areas, it's good to know statistics so you can understand the statistical explanations in the articles themselves. Help you learn to do your own research. Many of you will be required to do a research project, so this is going to be very important so you can analyze the data from your own study, and can help you improve your reasoning, intuition, and just everyday life. For example, being able to understand when you're reading a newspaper article or listening to something on television, and understanding whether or not that information that they're giving you is good information. What is statistics? Well, here's the definition from your textbook. A branch of mathematics that focuses on the organization, analysis, and interpretation of a group of numbers. Well, right now that might not be too clear, but as we go through this course, hopefully we'll understand how statistics will help us to understand information. There are two main branches of statistics, and basically it's when we talk about two main branches, it's how statistics are used. Descriptive statistics are used to summarize numbers. Your textbook says a group of numbers from a research study, but actually descriptive statistics are used even outside of research. For example, my position at Belmont Abbey College is Director of Institutional Research, and what I do is basically descriptive statistics. I give information about our students and our programs to internal and external people who request information. For example, what is the number of our ADP students and our traditional students for this semester? How many women do we have at our college, and so forth. And then that's example of descriptive statistics. Inferential statistics is another way that statistics are used. Statistics are used to make inferences from small numbers of individuals, or smaller numbers of individuals than what are in the larger population. So for example, say that I wanted to know what ADP students' perceptions of services provided by the college are for ADP students, but I don't have the time or the money to survey every single ADP student. So what I might do is survey 25% or a fourth of ADP students, and then I take that information and I make inferences to all of the ADP students, and that would be an example of inferential statistics. Now, in statistics, like a lot of fields, you're going to come across concepts that you may not be familiar with. It's sort of like its own language, so it's important for us to go ahead and look at these concepts, and so as we go through the semester, you'll know the definitions of what these things mean. One of the things you're going to hear us talk about quite a bit are variables. And variables are characteristics or conditions that can have different values. Examples of some variables are level of stress that students may experience, age, gender, Now, values are the possible number or category a score can have. For example, level of stress. Maybe we're going to use a measure that have values between 0 and 10. For age, a value would be the actual years that someone has been alive, like 35. Or gender, whether the person is male or female. And then when we talk about score, score is an individual value that a person may have. For example, a study participant rates her current level of stress as a 5 on a scale 0 through 10. Or the fact that I am a woman, my score would be female on the variable of gender. Now we can also have different types of variables, and these are important to know because the type of statistic that we use is going to depend on the kind of variables that we are looking at. And variables are divided into numeric or quantitative, and these are variables that have values that are numbers. So some examples would be your age, the balance in your checking account, your score on our first exam. All of those are numeric variables. Now, nominal variables are categorical. They're just categories or names. And those would include things like gender, religion, ethnicity, your favorite color. So all they are just categories or names. Now, some nominal variables appear numeric, but they're still nominal. An example would be your phone number. Yes, your phone number is made up of numbers, but those numbers just represent your phone number. They don't have numerical meaning. Another example would be an athlete's uniform number. Now, I'm a big Albert Pujols fan from St. Louis Cardinals, and his uniform number is a 5. Now, that 5 is just a name or category that is used so that when you're watching a game, you see number 5, you know that's Albert Pujols.